This is the book of Micah, chapter 2 and verse 1. Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it, because it is in the power of their hand. And they covet fields and take them by violence, and houses and take them away. So they oppress a man and his house, even a man in his heritage. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Much respect to the brothers living worldwide. And a hearty shalom to the believers out there who's believing on the words of Yahweh Shah in truth and sincerity. It's your brother Dawadai coming to you with a quick lesson. Lord willing, is edifying. Alright? This is Micah chapter 2 and verse 1. Woe to them that advise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it, because it is in the power of their hand. They covet fields and take them by violence, and houses and take them away. So they oppress a man and his house, even a man and his heritage. Alright, and this is none other than Esau, the so-called white man. Alright? Check this out.
I want you to know right up front, YouTube, nothing in this video is my opinion, and there is no conjecture. Everything that you see in this video is going to come from government and World Health Organization sources. Let me ask you this question before I start. When was the CARES, or Coronavirus Aid, Relief, and Economic Security Act written? You would think that it was written after the so-called pandemic. Let me show you something real quick. This is from the Associated Press. This video right here is from March 27th, 2020, where it says Trump signs $2.2 trillion stimulus package. And we're gonna see that this stimulus package is H.R. 748, the CARES Act, the Coronavirus Aid, Relief, and Economic Security Act. Watch this.
Well, thank you all very much. It's a very important day. I'll sign the single biggest economic relief package in American history, and I must...
So it's the single biggest economic relief package in American history. And you would think that would be as a response to, it's written as a response to, after the certain pandemic has taken place.
say, or any other package, by the way. It's twice as large as any relief ever signed. It's $2.2 billion, but it actually goes up to $6.2 potentially trillion dollars.
Okay, so you see he made the mistake of billion to trillion there. Now this is whitehouse.gov. This is the actual transcription of everything that we're going to hear Trump say. I'm not going to play this entire thing, but I'm going to show you this mistake. But it actually goes up to 6.2 potentially trillion dollars. So that's everything that he says, and I want to show you this right here real quick. But I want to thank Republicans and Democrats. This is what Trump says in this video right here, dated March 27th, which corresponds with this at whitehouse.gov. Remarks by President Trump at the signing of H.R. 748. Remember that. That's going to be very important here in a second. Signed when? March 27th. That corresponds with this date of this upload by the Associated Press, March 27th. And the reason I'm making a big deal out of this is because we're talking about H.R. 748. We are not talking about another bill. Trump did not sign another bill. He signed H.R. 748. That's going to be real important in about a minute. So he says this: I want to thank Republicans and Democrats for coming together, setting aside their differences, and putting America first. You don't put America first when you sign a $6.2 trillion corporate/banker bailout, which is exactly what this is. This is not a stimulus for the American people. This is a corporate/banker bailout. But when was this bill introduced? When was it written? It had to be after the pandemic came along, right? Because this is a natural response to what happens after the fact, right? Watch this. World Health Organization says a pneumonia of unknown cause detected in Wuhan, China was first reported when? To the World Health Organization country office in China on 31 December 2019. All right? When was it declared a public emergency? The outbreak was declared a public health emergency of international concern on 30 January 2020. So when was H.R. 748 introduced to Congress? You would think it would be after January 30th, 2020, right? I mean, it'd be ludicrous to come up with a Coronavirus Aid, Relief, and Economic Security Act before coronavirus was ever on the scene, right? This is from congress.gov. You can look this up for yourself. Everything that I'm talking about in this video, I'm going to put all the links in the description and in the pinned comment so you can look this up for yourself and share it with your family and friends who've been deceived by what we're seeing today. Check this out. HR 748, going back to whitehouse.gov. HR 748, the CARES Act. What does CARES stand for? Look at this. Coronavirus Aid, Relief, and Economic Security Act, or the CARES Act. HR 748, he signs HR 748. He signs it on March 27, 2020. When was it introduced? Oh, check this out. Introduced 1/24/2019. A full year, a year and 2 months before he sits down at this desk and signs it.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 64 and verse 8. So they shall make their own tongue to fall upon themselves. All that see them shall flee away.
During a pandemic. Why do we call it a pandemic? Because look, they already had this in the works, guys, on 1/24/2019. Let me show you something else. If you click a link right here on congress.gov, it takes you to this page right here so you can see the movement through Congress all the way to the very end where it becomes a law. When was it introduced? 1/24/2019, introduced into the House, and you can track its movement. On the 24th, 2019, 5/21/2019, 7/17/2019. This is into July. And then the cutoff at 7/22/2019, read the second time. Oh, now we're into the pandemic phase. They introduced the CARES Act, the Coronavirus Aid, Relief, and Economic Security Act, before coronavirus was even spoken of, before most Americans even ever heard of Wuhan, China. The fingerprints of government.
This is Psalms chapter 64 and verse 1. Hear my voice, O power, in my prayer. Preserve my life from fear of the enemy. Hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, from the insurrection of the workers of iniquity, who whet their tongue like a sword and bend their bows to shoot their arrows, even bitter words. That they may shoot in secret at the perfect, suddenly do they shoot at him and fear not. They encourage themselves in an evil matter. They commune of laying snares privately. They say, who shall see them? Yeah, man. All right. When they made you so-called Negroes, you so-called Native Americans, so-called Hispanics to face the COVID-19, guess what it was playing? Why the further along what Esau Edom wants to do. All right. Which is what? Get his birthright back, man. All right. Let's go to Revelation chapter 12 and verse 10. And I heard a loud voice saying in heaven, now is come salvation and strength and the kingdom of our power and the power of his anointed. For the accuser of our brethren is cast down, which accused them before our Most High, our power, day and night. And they overcame him by the blood of the Lamb and by the word of their testimony, and they loved not their lives unto death. All right. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you having great wrath, because he knoweth he hath but a short time. All right. This thing was put into the works over a year ago, man. All right. You know, scriptures tell you that the children of this generation is wiser than the children of light, right? Matter of fact, I have that queued up. Let's get it. This is Luke 16 and 8. And the Lord commended the unjust steward, because he have done wisely. For the children of this world in their generation is wiser than the children of light, man. That's why they devised iniquity upon their bed. They had this thing planned out over a year and a half ago, man. All right, when the influx of Israelites started waking up to come back to their power, guess what? Esau made his device, his mischief that he framed by law. He put it in the works. All right.
Governmental planning is all over this thing. And then you consider the Rockefeller document Lockstep, which is found in this document called Scenarios for the Future of Technology and International Development on page 18. Lockstep is a world of tighter top-down government control and more authoritarian leadership with limited innovation and growing citizen pushback, where they talk about the pandemic blanketing the planet.
See that? The Rockefeller, man, the Rothschilds, the wicked elite, man. All right, they do these things in their think tanks. All right, they devise iniquity, man. All right, the scriptures tell you, it was like we read, they can't even sleep without devising this iniquity. All right, and this is Yahweh Shah revealing the wicked. All right, this is 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 and verse 1. Now I beseech you, brethren, by the coming of our Lord Yahweh Shah Mashiach, and by our gathering together unto him, that ye be not soon shaken in mind, or be troubled, neither by spirit, nor by word, nor by letter, as from us, as the day of Hamashiach is at hand. Yeah, when we are not troubled, we're not shaken in mind. Why? Because we've been measuring the times diligently. Yahweh Shah has given us the eyesight to understand what's coming to pass. All right? Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come, except there come a falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition, who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called the Most High, or that he is worshipped, so that he as power sitteth in the temple of power, showing himself that he is power. Remember ye not that when I was yet with you, I told you these things? All right, whatever was written aforetime was written for our learning. And now ye know that withholding that he might be revealed in his time. All right, and this devil is being revealed. All right, starting with our apostles and elders on down. All right, for the mystery of iniquity doeth already work. Yeah, during the Roman time. All right, when Paul wrote these letters. All right, that mystery of iniquity was already at work. Only he who now letteth will let. Who is that? It's Yahweh by Shah. He's letting this devil go as far as he's going to go. All right. He says, out of fact, let's go get that. Let's go to Job. Job chapter 14 and verse 5. Seeing his days are determined, the number of his months are with thee, thou hast appointed his bounds that he cannot pass. See that? He cannot pass these bounds that Yahweh Shah has set for him. All right? Going back to 2 Thessalonians. For the mystery of iniquity doeth already work. Only he who now letteth will let, until he be taken out the way. And then shall that wicked be revealed, whom the Lord Yahweh Shah shall consume with the spirit of his mouth. How is he consumed with the spirit of man? Where the prophets are down on highways proclaiming the words of Yahweh Shah. All right, exposing this devil, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming. And that's the second part of the equation. All right, once his wicked is revealed, guess what? Yahweh Shah is going to take him out. All right, when he think he's crowned his new world order achieved, guess what? Is Yahweh Shah is going to take this devil out the way. All right, this is Job chapter 20. In verse 22, in the fullness of his sufficiency, he shall be in straits. Every hand of the wicked shall come upon him. When he is about to fill his belly, the Most High shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him, and shall rain it upon him while he is eating. Yeah, when he just think he got it all accomplished, right? He shall flee from the iron weapon, and the bow of steel shall strike him through. right? That thermonuclear missiles, those ICBM missiles, is going to take this place out, right? Now I want to go back just a little bit from what this guy said.
Lockstep is a world of tighter top-down government control and more authoritarian leadership with limited international development on page 18. Then you consider the Rockefeller document Lockstep, which is found in this document called Scenarios for the Future of Technology and International Development on page 18. Lockstep is a world of tighter top-down government control and more authoritarian leadership with limited innovation and growing citizen pushback, where they talk about the pandemic blanketing the planet.
See that? And what's that's gonna do? This pandemic is what covering the crash of the dollar, right? Which is in turn gonna bring on what digital currency, right? Which in turn is gonna bring on what the mark of the beast, which is the RFID microchip. All right, and these things are coming to pass. Why? Because Yahweh Shai set it up this way to go ahead and take this man out of the way, and so his kingdom can be established. All right.
Please share this video with everybody you know. The CARES Act was written 1 year before coronavirus arrived on the scene. They knew what they were going to do before they let you know what they were going to do. Before I go, ask yourself this question. Why is nobody in corporate media talking about this? They have billions of dollars in resources to be able to do this research, and anybody can find it anywhere on the internet.
Well, the reason why they're not doing it, because guess what? The Rockefellers, you know, those are the ones who control the international bankers. Those are the ones who controls the media. All right, everything that you see. All right, that word media goes back to medium, which is witchcraft, and that's what all Esau deals with. All right.
But they're silent about it. Why? The answer is because they're complicit. They're accomplices in this crime. That's exactly what it is. A crime that's been foisted not only on America, but on the entire world on behalf of the Federal Reserve and the IMF, International Banking.
See that? The IMF, International Banking, right? International Monetary Fund, all right? That it has a central bank in just about every country in the world, all right? To bring on what? The New World Order, all right? These things that Esau is going to try and do to fill his belly, all right? To bring forward his wickedness, all right? This is the book of Psalms, Proverbs chapter 6 and verse 14. Forwardness is in his heart. He deviseth mischief continually. He soweth discord. Therefore shall his calamity come suddenly, and suddenly shall he be broken without remedy. Yeah, and that's what Yahweh Shai is going to do. He's going to break this staying staff of Esau Edom completely. All right. This is Psalms chapter 10 and verse 2. The wicked in his pride doeth persecute the poor. Let them be taken in the devices that they have imagined. For the wicked boasteth in his heart's desire, and blesseth the covetous, whom the Lord Yahweh Shai abhorreth. All right, and Yahweh Shai, he hates these devils, man. All right, he's just waiting for all his said measures, his word to be fulfilled, so he can take this base man out of the way. For the wicked boasteth in his heart's desire, and blesseth the covetous, whom the Lord Yahweh Shai hateth. The wicked, through the pride of his countenance, will not seek after the Most High. The Most High is not in all his thoughts. Yeah, he ain't thinking about Yahweh Shai, all right? His ways are always grievous. Thy judgments are far above out of his sight. As for all his enemies, he puffeth at them. Yeah, he puffeth at all these other nations, man. And that's why when we read at Job that the enemies are going to rain down that iron steel upon him, right? He hath said in his heart, I shall not be moved, for I shall never be in adversity. Yeah, man, that's why these international bankers trying to forward the affliction, trying to make the New World Order, trying to make the New World Order trying to crown it as quickly as they can because they know they have but a short time, right? He have said in his heart, I shall not be moved, for I shall never be in adversity. His mouth is full of cursing and deceit and fraud. Under his tongue is mischief and vanity. Under his tongue is mischief and vanity, man. All right? And this Yahweh Shah has made what? The perfect devil. All right? This is Psalm chapter 7 and verse 14. Behold, he traveleth with iniquity, and have conceived mischief, and have brought forth falsehood. Yeah, man, he brought forth falsehood concerning this. All right, making so-called Negroes, so-called Native Americans, right, so-called Hispanics the face of COVID-19. Right, this is something that was playing since January 24th, 2019, man. All right, and guess what? Yahweh Shah is revealing that wicked in his day. All right, and all these things are being made known. All right, this is Psalms chapter 94 and verse 20. Shall the throne of iniquity have fellowship with thee, which frame of mischief by law? They gather themselves together against the soul of the righteous, and condemn the innocent blood. But the Lord Yahweh Shah is my defense, and my power is the rock of my is the rock of my refuge. You see that? And he shall bring upon them their own iniquity, and shall cut them off in their own wickedness. Yeah, the Lord Yahweh Shah, our power, shall cut them off. All right, and that's what's going to be awaiting Esau Edom, man. All right. Lord willing, it's been edifying. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah Kadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Much respect to the brothers laboring worldwide. And a hearty shalom to the believers out there who's believing on the words of Yahweh Shai in truth and sincerity. Lord willing, coming to show another lesson. Till the next time I say, shalom.